going on, people? Welcome to the DualShockers ShockCast episode 174. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Ryan Meisler.
I used to be $4.99, but now I'm $3.99.
We got George Jimenez in the house.
Hi.
That's how we... And gracing us with their presence, first we got the former host of this motherfucker, Mr. Joel Tavares.
I'm now with less voice commands.
And Mr. Al Zamora.
He can't figure this thing out.
Oh,
And we
there.
got 2 Al's.
But we're back to 2 Al's. Al can't figure this one out.
Al, say something, man.
I don't get it. Every time I try to put on the fucking lower third, this shit just dies.
Just say hi to the people, dude.
What's up, people?
All right. Before we get to the main thing, who wants to do the new game releases? Him?
Oh,
No, you didn't put them in the chat, so
They're in the chat. They're in the chat right there.
nah, brah.
You're failing. You're failing right now.
Already.
Oh my gosh.
Pump up the game now.
We're waiting.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it then, since nobody else is stepping up.
Because you didn't put them up.
I did put them up. They're in the fucking chat right now, dude.
Just fuck it, we'll do it live.
All right. So from the week of May 18th to May 18th to the 25th, the year of our Lord.
No,
Dude, that's next week.
18th.
That's next week, bro.
You're a week ahead.
Am I? Shit. This is why I don't do this. I always have Ryan do this shit. All right, May 11th to May 18th. Okay, we got Portal for the NVIDIA Shield. They still make games for the NVIDIA Shield, apparently. Half-Life 2 for the NVIDIA Shield. Soul Sacrifice Delta for the PSN. Vita, Borderlands 2 for the Vita. That's part of the bundle. Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition for the PC.
Yeah.
Serious Sam 3 BFE. I don't know what that stands for the PS3. Super Time Force for Xbox GS and Xbox One. Bullet Witch, what the hell is XB?
It's Xbox Game Store.
All right, so there we go.
It's digital, yeah.
Yeah, Moon Chronicles Episode 1 for the 3DS, Battle Block Theater for the PC, Scram Kitty and His Buddy on Rails. That's the actual name of this game. That's for the Wii U. We got Mega Man 4 for the 3DS and Minecraft's PlayStation 3 Edition. Didn't this come out already? For the PS3. What are we picking?
Super Time Force. Hiya.
Ryan, what about you?
I pick nothing.
Oh man, now
Not Half-Life 2 for the Shield.
No, because then I'd have to buy a PC and a shield. That's a big problem.
Ryan, pick.
Right.
I'm waiting for you, man.
Well, if I had a shield, I would go with Half-Life 2, because it's one of the best games ever, so... Unfortunately, I don't have a shield, so sorry, but...
Yeah, Joel, you're sticking with nothing?
No, I'm good.
All right, Al, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with nothing. I'll go buy myself some sneakers instead.
What?
All right.
It's not a game of the week, but okay.
I'm gonna go with Mega Man because Mega Man's fucking awesome, even though that game's really hard. All right, let's not cut to the chase. Let's just do this. This was a big week in gaming, obviously. Lot of Xbox shit happened. A lot of Xbox stuff. Basically, what everybody wanted, or the majority of people wanted, has happened. They dropped the Kinect. The price is $400, and this kind of changes the landscape now. We're gonna have an actual console war, if you want to call it that. We had a really big discussion about this in the chat, and I guess hopefully you could replicate that here. Joel, since we haven't had you on forever, let's start us off. What do you think about this whole announcement? Let's stick with that first, and we'll talk about the other Xbox related.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, Microsoft is doing what should have happened from the beginning. It's just kind of crazy that. I think the best thing that I read on Twitter, like reading gauging everyone's reactions, and I think this made it into that Kotaku post as well, was they were like, back in November, the Xbox needed the Kinect. Fast forward 6 months later,
It was integral.
fuck the Kinect.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was integral to the Xbox experience. It's
To the
Kinect.
experience.
Look, we want to get rid of it. We can't.
We can't.
We
We
need this
can't.
thing.
It's part of
We
it. It's
we
part of it.
have to do online only.
Right.
It's just our infrastructure. It's just how it works. I'm sorry, guys. No.
It's going to watch you all the time.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. No, so it's just it's just funny just watching the backpedaling. But you know what? At the same time, I have to give them credit because they're doing what most companies don't do, and that's listening. Now, are they listening because they have to at this point? That's something we don't know yet because we don't really know what's going on in terms of what the sell-through is for the Xbox One. Every piece of PR that they've sent out, all their releases, everything was talking about, sold through to retailers. But we don't actually know how many Xbox Ones made it into households. So I feel like this whole 360, or 180, if you will,
360 bumps.
it's I think it's telling about what's going on in the background, even though it's not going to be. Obviously, no one's going to admit it. No one's going to put the actual numbers out there. But because Sony's last press release was what, 7 million units sold?
Yeah, sold.
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 Not to retailers, right? So, I think they were like, you know what, we can't let this lead get so crazy because realistically, you look at last gen, Sony, didn't launch for a whole year after the Xbox 360 launch. And that was enough time for Microsoft to gain that 10 million unit lead. That was enough of a lead for developers to pretty much focus on the 360 until Sony, even started showing signs of catching up 4 to 5 years later. So, and here's the other thing too. I don't know if developers are going to be going for this whole parity thing. I think, honestly, if you give developers the tools and stuff, they're going to want to exploit them and do cool shit with them. And I don't see any developers outside of like Activision with Call of Duty or like EA with Battlefield, going out of their way to make sure that things are kind of on par.
Yeah, as far as the Kinect goes, right? Because now without the Kinect, don't you think the games are going to have more parity? They're going to be more or less the same now on both consoles, aren't they? Because with the Kinect, you can't do the things you could have done on Kinect without it. Because think about it, if the Kinect is not something that's on every Xbox, that means you don't have to make features for it,
No, and that's something that I totally agree with. But here's the thing, though. Now you're going to have at least 2 or 3 million Xboxes that have it connected.
Yeah.
So you have to take account the early adopters, and you can't give them the shaft either.
Exactly. So this is where you run into the problem. So it's like
you already did.
So a little story about GTA 4. Now this is like 5-6 years ago. So GTA 4 actually ran into like development problems. It got delayed twice. I remember it was supposed to come out like in March, and ended up getting delayed to the fall again. Like it was supposed to be fall, then it got delayed till March, then it got delayed again. Now a lot of people don't know that delay actually came because at the time there was 2 different models of the Xbox 360. One that shipped with a hard drive, one that didn't, the Xbox Arcade. Yeah. Rockstar needed to make sure that it was able to be played on both systems, even if you didn't have that extra memory for the game to read off of. Right, so there was a lot of optimizing that went into effect. So now, what happens? Do games get optimized for Kinectless systems and systems with Kinect still plugged in? Like, I'm not an engineer. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to begin to try to figure out how that works. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say because I think that was a lot of the backlash for especially developers was that. Even if Kinect didn't end up being used in their game or whatever, like at least they could bank on like developing a game for Kinect and know that everyone had it. Versus now, Microsoft has split their market once again. So it kind of comes down to what happened with the first Kinect, where some people had it, some didn't. So now by doing this, like sure they're going to drive people more, I think, to buy Xbox Ones, but then it's going to be an issue when they're trying to develop Kinect games. But only some people have it, some people don't. So.
I feel a deja vu happening. It's going to be the same thing that happened to Kinect last gen.
Yeah.
What happened to it? It fell to shit. There were no games that were ever really made for it. There was a big push for it this generation. And what happened? Now they're backpedaling. They're changing. Supposedly they're listening to their fans. Okay. You guys are listening to the fact that you have pallets of Xbox Ones sitting on the shelf. The fact that, I don't know, it was like 8 months later they were selling the day one bundle still, that's kind of sad. That's actually a sad state of affairs. If you're sitting in a Microsoft office somewhere and you hear that your day one bundles are still available to be sold, that's pretty bad.
I don't think that's just all Kinect though. Like that you can blame that entirely on Kinect. It might whether it was the system itself or the games they had at launch, I think
it's a myriad of problems. That's a drop in the right. I mean, what they're trying to do now is the ship was headed towards a giant fucking iceberg, and now they're trying to slowly steer it out of the way so they don't get fucked as much. But
Yeah.
they're still getting pretty fucked. So there's a lot of systems out there.
It might scrape the iceberg.
That's just a little fuck.
it might just scrape it a little bit.
Some people might fall off, but that's fine. Fuck them, they should be standing at the rail anyway. But all the important people are in the middle.
All
so
the people that fell
they're
off,
safe.
all the people that fell off were the day one adopters. So.
Exactly. Nobody gives a fuck about those guys, so don't worry about it, right?
Oh no. Reddit r/Xbox One, people were livid.
Oh, really?
Oh, people are gonna be mad. Why would I? I'm a loyal fan. I bought day one like an asshole, let's say, and now you're gonna slash the price. I mean, how many months in the development cycle are we? Not even a year.
Yeah, but you can make that argument about every piece of electronics. If you wait a year, yeah, that price is going to get cut. But
I don't see why they would do that.
That's the problem when you're an early adopter. This is the risk you take. You're going to pay a premium for something to have it first.
I agree with you, Jorge, but that's like Sony releasing a TV with this cool feature and then saying, 6 months later, nah, psych, we didn't need that shit anyway, but we're gonna drop the price $500 on you.
Oh, you mean 3D? You mean 3D?
Pretty much. Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it too, it took Nintendo longer to do a price cut on the Wii U than it did for Microsoft to do on the Xbox One. So
And you know what? Nintendo should have done a price cut months ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, bravo. I think, you know what, for all the shit I'm giving them and saying that they're backpedaling, I'm happy they're doing it. I'm hoping this sells more Xbox Ones.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, as a gamer and as a consumer, you want two companies to fight to the death. You want Sony to push Microsoft and Microsoft to push Sony. Unfortunately, Nintendo isn't pushing anything but fucking assholes and elbows. But that's the difference.
Yeah, that's something that I was going to say too, because remember back in the PS2 era, the PS2 dominated everything, and they released a lot of really crappy games, a lot of shovelware. PS3, they had to fight for it because they weren't top dog anymore. Now Sony is going to have to fight for it again, right? At this point, before Microsoft announced this, they pretty much had it all to themselves. Nintendo's not doing anything. Nobody was buying the Xbox. They pretty much had it to themselves. And now they're like, oh, $400? We better step our game up. So this is great news for, I know some people are mad that they paid $500. It sucks, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a really good thing for everybody.
Well, it's not really a price cut. It's just without the Kinect.
Yeah, without the Kinect.
I mean, the Kinect, obviously they're going to sell it separately. It'll probably be $75 to $100. So yeah, I mean, if you want that whole integrated experience, it's going to cost you $500 regardless. But what's going to be interesting is with this new Xbox that's coming out, if you have an Xbox One and you look at that interface, Joel, it's very... You need those voice commands to navigate.
There's a lot of shit in that interface, man.
You need your voice to navigate that interface. Trying to do it with a controller is a nightmare. And it's weird how they're gonna retroactively maybe redesign this interface for people who don't have Kinect now, where it says, "Are they gonna bring back Blades?" Oh man, if they bring back Blades, that'd be so.
It'd be the greatest.
Did they talk about that? Are they going to do like a firmware update or something?
It's got to have something.
They're going to make something that'll be a little more controller friendly. Now, what they should do though is obviously, I mean, if Microsoft's going to play this right. So without abandoning the people that want to use it, they should let you toggle between, two different types of dashboards.
Or put with the head, take voice commands through your fucking headset or something.
Yeah, there's that too.
I think Microsoft should get crazy and just invest and move controllers and just throw that in there and be like, listen, that's it, let's get fucking stupid now.
Just go wild, man. Well, I was telling you guys, would it be great if Sony's next move now is to announce a PlayStation 3 with Move support, with Move controllers, and charge $500 for that, just to stick it to Microsoft and be like, maybe people will buy it, why not?
Man, that's ridiculous.
You're going to see the Vita bundle. I honestly think that's what you're going to see.
That's what's going to come.
We talked about that. Do you think Sony could actually sell the PS4 with a Vita for $100 and people will buy it? $100 extra? You think people will buy it?
That'd be the only way people would buy it. That's the only way people would get a Vita, because I think Vita is still a little bit overpriced. It's great hardware, but I think it's a little bit overpriced for a handheld.
Joel, you're going to say something?
No, I mean, I was going to say I think they'll sweeten it. Even at 100, it might be a little over. I don't know, because again,
I think 450. What about that?
Well, you're talking crazy, Tony.
Yeah.
Listen, let's make it $299.
I see $499, but that's Sony probably packing in a year of PSN Plus. No, if not a year, maybe 3 months of PSN Plus, and something that's cross-platform. Cross-buy, right? That'll work on both systems, and then they throw that in as well, because I don't know. because the thing is, the Vita is a sexy piece of hardware, but it's very much turned into a peripheral at this point. It's a glorified peripheral. If you're a PS4 owner, it's a peripheral. You're getting like a lot of the dungeon. What is it? What are those games that Capcom makes?
Oh, Monster Hunter.
You're getting the Monster Hunter. You're getting like those kinds of games to coming out for the Vita, and yeah, that market's gonna buy it. But again, that's a niche within a niche that buys handhelds.
Exactly.
That's a small market. That's as nice as the Vita is, it's not as mainstream as Sony's console.
You can get that as your rearview mirror for Gran Turismo. Didn't they do that one year where you can use your PSP as your rearview mirror as your drive?
It never happened. That was bullshit. But that's what I'm saying. It's like
fucking hold up big bookends.
But handhelds. I mean, the PSP or the PS Vita is very much a niche product. So I just see it as a peripheral. I don't think they can do it for more than $500. That'll be the max. But again, honestly, this is really all about Microsoft. They did what they needed to do, and the whole taking out the paywall thing, that was huge.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
First off, how much do you think this was like a Phil Spencer move? Like ever since he took over, like I just feel like he just stormed in day one of those offices, like, listen, assholes, we're gonna do this the right way.
He just started flipping over tables and
firing people. Like, whose idea was Kinect? You get the fuck out of my office. Like,
there should be a montage of Phil going into like a store, buying a PlayStation 4, and just like his face. This is all free. This is amazing, and putting it through its paces. I mean, obviously they I don't want to say they copied, but it's mimicking a lot of the services that are offered now currently for people that have PS4.
Yeah, they're using the Sony model. I guess that's a nice
right.
I think
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So anyway, yeah, I think it's not just Sony too, but they also because they're trying to position it as an all-in-one device, but they're also up against the Sony's PS4 and PS3. They're up against Roku. They're up against Apple TV. They're up against all these other devices that can do all this stuff that they want to do on Xbox One that can do it for free. Not behind a paywall or anything. So it's not just Sony. It's also pretty much every other device out there that can
fucking Chromecast for $35.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it's about getting with the times, and I think that we don't know if this is Spencer's decision, but whoever it is, they're finally getting behind what they need to get behind.
Well, you got to close the gap somehow.
What do we think about the timing of this? Because this system's going to be released June 9th. June 9th is the day Microsoft has a preference.
They're going to drop a fucking bomb at that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not.
I like it.
And honestly, there's a thing if you've watched like 360 Xbox 360 marketing years prior, you'll notice that all of their marketing, they make third-party games look as though they're exclusive to the Xbox platform.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fucking brilliant.
Call of Duty.
They did it with Call of Duty. They did it with Rock Band. I remember seeing Rock Band commercials. It was like Xbox. You see the swoosh at the end, And that I think that Microsoft really started that, and then Sony was actually late to the party on marketing third-party publishers that way and third-party titles that way. So.
Because Sony always jumped on their first party. They were God of War. They were trying to ride that motherfucker to the finish line. Listen, it was gonna be God of War, Magical Ponies, God of War, racing games. Like they didn't give two fucks. They just wanted to make sure that he was the spokesmodel.
Yeah, I think because Sony did that because they have a larger stable of first-party games versus Microsoft, where really the majority of what they have is Halo and Gears, and then maybe Fables and things like that. But so they need to.
Microsoft has the best third party. You know what that is, right? It's a sack of cash. It's like that big. It's just like gold bullion. And honestly, that's what I think you're going to see at E3. Honestly, the age of the exclusive is over. Titanfall was the exception of the rule, but I think we're going to go back to seeing timed exclusive. I think Microsoft's going to throw fat wads of money at very important games. Not even DLC. I think actual timed exclusives. That's me. I'm going on a limb here. I think that partnership with EA is going to get expanded further. We're expecting what are we expecting from the EA press conference? That Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. That's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that trailer end with an Xbox One swoosh. Done.
Do not be surprised at all if it ends with Xbox One swoosh and like first on Xbox.
Or best on Xbox.
The lightsabers will be Xbox green, right?
Exactly.
Only green, yeah.
I have a strange suspicion that Microsoft is going to further that relationship.
Yeah. The thing is, with the way I see it is like, if they would have announced a price drop on the 9th, whatever game announcements they had would have been overshadowed by the price. Remember when the PS4 was announced, what did everybody talk about? They talked about the price. So they obviously want to show us something. I don't know if you guys want to speculate on what it could be, because I personally have no idea what they could be showing that could be so monumental.
I think they just don't want losing the Kinect to be the story of E3. They just want to get it out of the way. Get it out of the way now. Take your licks. Essentially, it's Microsoft admitting, all right, we were wrong.
Exactly.
This will work without the fucking Kinect. You guys want this here? Shut up. Enjoy.
It's a good marketing move. They're trying to spin it that they're listening to the gamers. Listen, they're covering their ass at this point. They know that not everybody wanted to pony up the money for it. They said, listen, how can we make this cheaper? We take out the Kinect that was integral when we first launched, and now it's not integral anymore. We'll hopefully sell more units, and yeah, some gamers are going to get pissed off at us, but you know what? Their business now is to sell more units, not even to keep those guys happy.
They want to get the people who are still on the fence, who've not bought a PS4.
The guys that wanted it, they've got them already.
Exactly. You got those fools. I mean, you got those guys already. So, listen, you got an Xbox One, deal with it. All you gotta hope for is that at E3 this year they talk about games, and honestly, it goes for both companies for me, because I've said it before. To me, it doesn't make sense right now to own 2 systems, or 3 systems. I bought a Wii U because of Joel, and I blame you for that. It's disconnected and it collects dust, but that's a whole separate story. But I got the PS4, and there's no reason, and it's not because I'm a fanboy or whatever. That was the system I chose because of the PSN Plus and Vita and PS3 and having games for free for all 3.
Because of E3 last year, to be real.
Yeah, it made sense for me. I wanted to get a Vita. I got free games for Vita, PS4, and PS3 with 1 subscription. That's in of itself paid for the subscription. And there's no reason for me to say, oh, I need an Xbox One. There's nothing there for me to say, Plants vs. Zombies, Warfare, whatever. Fuck that. I can deal with that some other time.
Yeah, so Al, think about it like this. You have a E3 press conference, right? And they show a bunch of kick-ass games. They go, get all these games on a system that costs $400. Would you be more willing to buy it?
If they tell me that it's exclusively to an Xbox One and it's stuff that I am interested in, then now I'd be suddenly like, okay,
like a Halo or Gears.
That price sweetens the deal right there. It's like, get all these baller games for a $400 system. Yeah,
exactly. And for me, I was never interested in Kinect. So for them to take it out, I don't give 2 fucks. They could take 3 Kinects out of that bitch. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Give me negative Kinects. I don't give 2 fucks. Who cares?
But
go ahead.
No, but I think now, like I said before, this is more for people who are on the fence, who said, like, I'm going to wait for this next-gen shit for a while because there are no games. And speaking honestly, a couple of great games on each system, but it's been dry for a while. Outside of Infamous and Titanfall, there's been nothing on Xbox One or PS4 that's really...
those are the 2 big ones.
That's pulling people. But now at E3, you're going to get people who are like, all right, holiday's going to come sooner than I think. I get to choose now, and like both systems are $400. Both systems have a subscription game service. Both of them are going to have third-party game, by same Battlefields and Call of Duty stuff. Now it comes down to, all right, do I like Xbox exclusives that are coming out this year, or do I like PS4? It's no longer that conversation of, well, this one's $100 fucking cheaper. And
exactly.
And yeah, and I don't have this extra hardware. It's like now you eliminate that part of someone's argument, and now it comes down to, well, we've got better games. No, we got better games. And I'd rather have that conversation. I like to see those 2 companies fight that way as opposed to, we're $100 cheaper, guys.
Peripheral.
That's the conversation that we should be having, exactly.
The one thing I do find interesting, though, is that here Microsoft's taking the Kinect out, and Sony can't keep enough cameras on shelves.
Yeah, that is interesting. That's right.
What is that?
Well, the camera's cheaper, isn't it?
It's $70.
Oh,
It went up in price.
Well, to be fair, have you seen?
Charge you more.
I just got a PS4 this week, and I've been kind of addicted to watching those fucking play streams of people just hanging out in their living room.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's insane. It's most of that stuff I see is like super criminal because it's just like those guys are smoking weed, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that guy just he's doing some cocaine right now, and it's watch Playroom at like 3 or 4 in the morning. You're gonna watch some crazy shit, and
I was watching a stream. I was like, "This is gonna go bad. This is gonna go bad right now."
Oh yeah, that's what you're waiting for.
But I can't change it.
You're like,
and then,
dude, you left something on the stove. What are you doing?
It was like 3, 2, 1, fellatio. Oh shit!
Yes.
And then the channel got cut off, and I was like, all right, that really just happened on a PlayStation.
Well, that's why those cameras aren't in stores, because people want to make amateur porn. It's like, let's do it on PlayStation in front of everybody.
Exactly.
When in Rome.
Well, honestly, the smartest shit that PS4 did was day one Twitch integration streaming of games. That blew. I mean, Twitch is now the #1 app downloaded. It gets more views than HBO Go. I mean, that's fucking retarded when you think about it.
That makes no sense. People rather watch games than play them.
Exactly.
That's a generational thing. That's people younger than us who.
Crazy.
My theory is just people who can't afford video games would just rather watch it and just be like, oh yeah, watching someone play God of War is the exact same thing. Like, just like you asshole.
I've had people
When I
jump into
watch
my
the
stream
game,
that have the
I play
games. It's retarded.
It
Makes no sense.
I feel like an old guy when we talk about like the Let's Plays and stuff because I just don't get it. It's like,
These
what
are
are
crazy
you
kids
doing?
these days.
Stop watching someone play Minecraft and go play Minecraft. Like,
Joel, all that stuff you're doing, that's what's going on in my mind too. It's like, you'd rather watch a game than play a game. That doesn't even compute, man.
I get watching someone play like 15 minutes of a game to be like, oh, that looks like who maybe I'll get it, or I kind of get the gist of what this game about. But to sit there and be like, no, I'm gonna come back every night to watch this guy be
here's
Tomb Raider.
part 22 of the walkthrough of this
The only game that I was watching, because I won't play it, was that scary ass game on PS4.
Outlast, right?
Outlast?
Yeah,
Fuck that
Outlast.
game.
I should stream that.
I like how Yaris in the chat room, he was like, Outlast has one difficulty. It's called Nope.
Dude, that's in my PS4, and I'm like, should I play it tonight? Nah. I just look at the picture.
That's it, Tony. That's what you do, Tony. One night, camera on, lights off.
Mhm.
Lights off, and just play it.
Put in some night vision. It'll be good.
Yeah, and I can upload it to YouTube now, so it's there for posterity, right?
But that was the whole thing. PS4 and Sony, they went first. They went in. I mean, they hit every gate on that system, and it worked.
And that's. I mean, that was kind of telling. It really is about just getting the little jump in the beginning.
Yeah,
it's integral. It's
Because
integral.
I mean, Microsoft will close
is going
the
to
gap.
move units now.
They will close the
They're going to
gap.
close it. Yeah, they're going to close it. They're going to close it. They just need to make their announcements, and they need to make those key partnerships to make sure that they can get experiences you can only get on the Xbox One.
You know, make your Halo and Gears announcements. I don't need to hear about Steven Spielberg working with Halo. No, don't give me movie and shit. No. Talk to me about games. Let's go ahead.
I don't know if it'll be another Gears. I think a lot of people are kind of tired of Gears, but I think Halo, that's going to be the big one for them, for sure.
I think the next gen Gears will be exciting.
Yeah.
Is Clippy B on that anymore, or is that...
No,
he's
gone. He's doing his own, like...
Yeah, he's working on his own game. That guy had the best soundbite, by the way.
Yeah, what do you guys think about these people that are like, oh, Xbox is done, they can't recoup from this, it's old for them? I think it's a little exaggerated.
I feel like it's very similar to the PS3, to what happened.
Yeah, I mean, we had these same discussions.
Yeah,
that ship turned around. So
they'll catch, and I think they'll catch up faster than the PS3 caught
a
up.
lot faster. Hell yeah,
because the gap isn't as big.
Yeah, the PS3.
No, I was gonna say spending $400 8 years ago was a lot more than spending $400 now.
Yeah. I mean, the PS3 easily took at least 2 or 3 years to like just turn itself around once we got like the Uncharted's and like all those.
Yeah,
games.
that's why it didn't have any games for 3 years. I'm like, how do you launch a system doing Gran Turismo demos? That's not how you should launch a system. But,
how long do you think it'll take for them to close the gap?
Give them a year. Give them a year, and they'll be within 1 or 2 million, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean they've already like even just a year out, they've got like Sunset Overdrive and stuff like that. It looks really cool and it looks interesting and different. So I think a year. I think would.
I'm gonna say 18 months.
18 months, okay.
I'll say 18 months from E3.
Analyst Joel.
Are we prices writing it? So can I say 17 months and then win the bet? So.
I'm gonna go with 19.
$1, Pat. $1.
All right, let's talk about games with gold because that's getting rearranged too, and it's looking a lot like PS Plus now, isn't it?
Oh, how the shoe has got on the other foot for everyone.
Well, people got sick of buying Microsoft first-party games. Like, hey, you get to have Fable 2 for free. I'm like, I own this already, and the game's $9.
Exactly. And the game sucks anyway.
and it was funny because when you guys had that conversation with Mike Pachter, he was explaining how that worked. It's like, no, you know, Microsoft has to pay for these games in order to give them out for free. So yeah, they're going to give away their own games for free because it doesn't cost them anything. But you know, PlayStation has to give all these developers almost like a cut from from all these free downloads,
Right.
which, you know, cost them more money. And Microsoft was like, hey, this isn't costing us anything, but no one's really into this. So they're going to go for the subsidized route, where it's the same thing, where it's you don't own this game. As long as you're a gold member, you can still play these games. But as soon as you say no more gold, you can't play these games anymore, which is the same route that.
No more games.
And you know what? And you know what? That does not seem to bother people on PS Plus. I mean, I don't think they get it either. Like, I think there's a lot of people who are like, hey, where are my games? Let's stop playing for free. Like, no. Read your terms and agreement, man. Like,
yeah, it's right there, you know?
This isn't new and exciting technology, people. We've been doing this with PSN Plus for how long now?
Look, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, Xbox One is now going to be getting some free games because they weren't getting any free games before, right?
No, they weren't. No, on 360. June will be the first month that Xbox One would actually get something for free. And it'll be like Max, the Tales of Brotherhood, and Halo Spartan Assault, I think, will be free.
Yeah.
Ryan, you have the list there, right? Can you tell us what's...
Yeah, actually, let me see. I don't have the list in front of me, but I think I remember. It's Xbox One is Max, the Curse of Brotherhood, and Halo Spartan Assault. And then 360 is getting Dark Souls,
Great.
there you go.
Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, and one more that I'm completely blanking on.
Capcom always did that shit on Sony's console.
They love giving away.
Capcom was all about the free shit. Capcom was all about it.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm looking for the last game.
You gotta trap people in that fighting game community. That's
Charlie Murder is the last game.
Charlie Murder.
Charlie Murder's a cool game.
That's the shit right there.
Awesome
but yeah, I think this is all great for Xbox. Obviously, I wonder, how much did Phil Spencer have to do with it? It's interesting, but I think this is great. I mean, I'm even like shit. $400, I may get an Xbox now. It's like that now. Now people like me that were kind of like $500. I don't want that. And the thing is, I joked about this before. Okay, it's not out in Japan yet, right? The Xbox One. Do you think they're gonna be like, hey, you don't need Kinect now in that little closet that you have? That's your apartment. You don't need to have a Kinect anymore to play games.
The big rumor I heard is they want to release this thing out in China and in India, and they say that the voice recognition technology is not there yet to take people speaking in, like, I don't know, Hindi. And it's like, what? This thing is not going to work unless we do another 2 years of development. Let's just give them a Kinectless version where they can just work the system on their own, and we can just get it in these other markets at a cheaper price. And what if the Xbox was the system of India? Like, that'd be crazy. Especially all these,
insane.
especially these countries with like an emerging like middle class, where it's like some people are starting to get some disposable income to buy stuff they need, as opposed to, we can't eat for this month because we only made $30. Like, it's not people who are like making like mid-level management type salaries, where it's like, hey, we can buy a TV and a gaming system. Like, I think if they can, imagine if Xbox came out in China, that'd be huge. Like, if it actually sold well in China.
Yeah, it'd be insane. So I was just wondering about that. Like, imagine if this is just pure speculation right now. If a Kinectless Xbox came out in Japan, but not over here, that wouldn't have worked anyway. But yeah, it's something to consider. That like now you have all these markets coming out, and you can have the Xbox there without all this extra stuff. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, it's good. Like I said, I'm happy for Xbox. I may get it, so we'll see. The real console war will now begin. Actually, here's
calling it a console war.
It is a console war.
No one's died, all right? No one's fucking died, all right?
Here's one.
Until Phil comes in.
Hey, I gotta ask this. I know it's about Microsoft, but I need to bring Nintendo to this because Microsoft effectively pulled their head out of their ass. They're listening. You think Nintendo's ever gonna get with it? And
no. It wouldn't be Nintendo if they did that.
Nintendo likes to do things their own way. They just
wrong.
They like to listen. They just bank on the fact that the 3DS prints money for them, and that bankrolls all their stupid decisions over in Nintendo corporate. So it's like, listen, consoles. They should just get out of the console market altogether and just stick to handhelds and call it a day.
Yeah, it just would have been nice if they went, hey, Microsoft, listen, maybe we should listen too. But I guess you're right, that's not Nintendo.
What Nintendo might do, and it might be a total dick move, is they might announce a new piece of hardware at E3 and be like, yep, this is our next-gen system. That Wii U, haha, got you. That wasn't our real next-gen system.
I don't know.
They wouldn't do that. I don't think Nintendo, as big as the Nintendo, like, $50 billion war chest is, I don't think they're willing to just drop all this money and be like, let's just do a next gen. Like, no, that's
they're not working on a next gen right now. They have been working on it. This Wii U thing was an experiment.
they're working on stupid things to put on that gamepad, like toys to make them go on the screen. Like
That never happened, by the way.
That's totally gonna happen. That's Nintendo's big push. It's like, hey, we now have Mario and Luigi dolls that you can put on this thing, and it'll be on this new Mario and Luigi RPG game thing.
You can put your Johnson on the gamepad like this, and
Yeah,
it
you just put it on
shows
the
up on the
gamepad.
screen.
It's got an MFC reader, so why the fuck not?
I don't think they won't announce a new console at this E3, but I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, in a couple years, maybe, like, maybe it would be like a shorter life cycle, kind of like the GameCube, where the GameCube was only around for about 4 or 5 years until they announced the Wii, and then look how long the Wii lasted. So I think it's just going to be a shorter life cycle console.
If not by this year, I think by next year you're going to see a new Nintendo.
I'm gonna make a prediction. Can I do this?
No predictions.
My little
Crystal ball, right? Got to go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you
This
go.
is what I see Nintendo doing.
No, it looks like you're eating a sandwich.
Making a
Making a sandwich.
making a next gen
This is what Nintendo's doing.
making a next gen 3DS. Right? It doesn't even have to do 3D. It's like a next gen.
It's a 4DS.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by
With-
net
with-
3D? What would be
You can
next?
see into
Okay.
the future.
No. Like has like the specs of like the Nvidia Shield or the Shield 2 that's gonna get announced very soon, right?
Okay.
So like a very strong, powerful mobile processor, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And that comes with a little fucking HDMI dongle.
Dongle.
The dongle is gonna go
Like an
right through TV. That's how it does video out, and it's a mobile console. At home, it'll stream to the little dongle to your big screen. The controller is the control. You know what I mean? The actual unit's the controller, and then when you're on the go, it's the same graphics,
Okay.
same visuals on the go. That's what Nintendo's gonna do. Mark my words.
All right, yeah,
Right here.
we'll hold you to it. Episode
Exclusive.
174. It's
Hot
right here.
scoops.
If I do this, I'm fucking quitting my job and I'm fucking reading poems for a living.
Exactly.
I'm just telling you right now.
If this happens, I quit my job. I work for you.
Exactly. I'm telling you, because the handheld is where the bread and butter has been for them for the last decade. You know, even when the Wii was killing it, the DS was killing it even more. That's where their money is.
That's Prince money for them. And I gotta tell you, I can see them, or Nvidia. That Nvidia Shield made me a believer. You know, we were shitting on it until we got to PAX and we saw what it was all about.
Yeah, it's great, but you're not going to buy one.
Oh, I mean, if I didn't have, I would buy one. I just don't want to buy the PC to use the Shield. If the Shield could run the fucking games by itself, I'd be all about it. But the fact that I need a badass computer in order to make it work, that's its downfall.
You don't need to. You can buy Half-Life 2 on it in Portal, so.
No one's buying a Shield. Sorry.
Oh, man.
They're pushing it hard, though. They are.
Good.
I should have
All
been wearing the.
Yeah, let's move on to some other news. This is a little bit of a follow-up to last week. We talked about Drive Club and how everybody was angry about Sony's decision where basically if you get the game for free, download it for free, you pay $58, you get the full game, but if you don't have PlayStation Plus, you don't even have the game anymore. So they reversed that. If you get the game,
right.
yeah. So yeah, I just needed to do a follow-up on that. So yeah, Sony, you know, it's nice when companies listen to the fans. It's great. It's a beautiful thing. You know?
Yeah. Well, when they see that all their fans get angry, they go, "Oh, just kidding."
Come on. Drive Club is a free game. What the hell are you talking about, Tony?
No, it's not a free game, dude. Like, dude, if you download it and you pay $50, then you get the full game. You only get like a little sliver of it if you get it for free. It's not a full game, dude.
What the? I have to rewatch that conference from like February of the year prior.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of changing of things. Yeah, because you're right.
No,
it was a free
promised
game.
me a fucking free game.
Guys,
so
this was the game that was delayed because it wasn't fun. Like,
how is a racing game not fun? That doesn't even
That
make sense.
that was the explanation. It was like,
Like,
yeah,
what do
we
you do
pushed
in
it
the
because
game?
the game just wasn't fun.
What do you
It
do?
was- I don't know. It's that silly open world one, right? I remember seeing it at an Ubisoft event, and I was like, oh, that looks like a racer, and then I moved on.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a race
Oh,
game.
man.
Cars go from.
Yeah, and then this news happened last week, but since Joel and Al, you guys are here, I want to get your take on it. What do you guys think about the new Call of Duty? Because I know you two really like to play that game. So what do you
Call
think?
of Duty.
No, I'm done. No,
You're done, dude?
No.
But they
After
got
those?
exoskeletons and suits
No.
and flying robots and
I'm
stuff.
done.
Oh, you
I'm out.
mean it's Titanfall?
No, they're smaller.
They're small, yeah.
And
Okay.
Kevin Spacey's in.
Kevin Spacey's their saving
something.
grace. Dude, I saw that trailer and everyone was excited except for this guy. This guy right here was like, "No, I got this for you. This is for you, Call of Duty. No, not anymore. I'm sorry. I can't subscribe to that bullshit anymore."
I can't do it. I can't because
I'm out.
If Activision can't take my money and buy an engine, fucking just get a new engine. I don't understand it. It's like 8 years. It's going to be 9 years next year.
Listen, but they've optimized it.
Shut up. I can't.
Yeah. Which one did it for you? Was it Ghost, or were you like, "Fuck this, I'm done"?
No, it was like I'm talking like 3 years now, 4 years.
Wow.
I'm done. No, I've been done.
So you're after Black Ops, the first Black Ops.
Yeah, I think right after that.
What was the one we played on the Wii U? That was fun for like a couple days.
I think that was Blops 2.
Yeah, and it was like after that one, I couldn't buy any more games. I was like, it was just funny because me and Joel would pick up the game, and then we jump online, and I was like, man, I'm really getting into this pretty fast. And then I realized it's the same fucking game, just over and over and over. Like, yeah, okay, great. This doesn't change. You just guys tweak maps and put in a couple extra guns, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, if they do what they did in Black Ops, where they have the branching storylines, they had that weird Strike Force mode where it's like almost like an RTS and a shooter, and then do some really cool things online, they might have something there. But I think some people are already kind of burnt out from the series, or it's like, well, listen, just call it something else.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. I think honestly, they got to take a break from Call of Duty and call it, like you said, brand it something else, and just wipe the slate clean, start fresh. Because you guys are milking this, you're milking it, and it's
I think it's just tough because they tried to do that with Modern Warfare 2. They tried to brand it off as just Modern Warfare 2 without the Call of Duty name, but people weren't recognizing it because it didn't have Call of Duty as the name. So I think that's if they did that, they would lose a lot of the recognition and a lot of players.
I think that name still carries a lot of weight because people who don't play video games know what Call of Duty is.
It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, because people think, oh, Call of Duty, like we're sick of this game. But then if they try and brand it as something else, they probably lose just as many or more players if they did that.
It's just crazy that they have three teams working on them, to have a yearly entry.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. You don't need that.
It's a new engine. I don't understand it. I just don't get it.
Take 3 years and make an awesome Call of Duty game.
Because honestly, EA is going to ride into the fucking sunset with that Frostbite 3.0 engine right now. It's going to start at this E3. And they're gonna they spent the money to create that engine with DICE, and they're just gonna milk that engine for everything it's worth with this generation.
Yeah,
and if you play Battlefield, that engine is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that same engine's gonna be on Dragon Age, and it's gonna be on
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Oh my God!
Star Wars is gonna be beautiful on that thing. So.
Oh my God! I can't.
Milk the engine, don't milk the games. They're doing the right thing here,
All I'm saying, just picture this. Just picture X-Wings and TIE Fighters fucking in space on Frostbite. Think about that.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Battle of Hoth, just snow fucking everywhere. Oh,
give me just a trench run simulator, and I'll never leave my house.
I just want to make Wookiees explode and fly across the screen. And once that happens,
that's awful.
I just want to kill, fucking Jar Jar. If I could do that, that'd be great. Not Gungans, just Jar Jar specific. I like Jar Jar.
Killing simulator.
All right. Let's talk about Watch Dogs. So the game is going to be running at 60 frames per second on PS4. I'm sorry, it's going to be running at 30 frames a second. No, actually, it's going to be running at 60 frames. This is what happened in the space of 3 days. It was insane. It's like, no, it is 60. It's not. It's like, what are we doing here? It's nuts.
So what do we got? We got 60 at 900p or 30 at 900p. What's the
I think the issue comes from.
One, you know what? They're doing all this, so you worry about the resolution to not realize that the game sucks.
That the game is gonna suck a dick.
Oh my God!
I've said it for the last 4 months. I have my really bad feelings about Watch Dogs. I don't know why.
I call that. I
feel it in here. I just feel Watch Dogs being.
I get that crystal ball out, and I say that Watch Dogs is gonna be a big pile of shit, bro. It's gonna be not good.
I'm not going that far, but I'm with Joel. Like, the more news you hear about the game, the less eager I am for it. Like, the game just won gold today. I'm like, Okay, it went gold. Like I don't care anymore.
If it went gold, so basically that just tells me, okay, Watch Dogs is actually a real game that's gonna happen.
Right. It's not a myth. It's not a fucking unicorn.
Yeah. It's like gold means all right, we're done. We can't do anything. It's never too late to pull an NBA Live, where it's just the game was done 2 weeks before launch. It was like they had one Consumer Reports review in advance, and they were like no,
rapid,
no, we will just take the loss. Don't even bother selling these. Like, you know how bad does a game have to be to just say, you know what? Let's just let it ride. People will buy what it buys. It's like no, we don't even want that. No, thank you.
They didn't even want to slash the price on it. They were just, no, fuck it, just delete it.
Burn
Burn every file. Every file, just burn it.
No evidence of this game ever existing.
The servers, destroy them. Any fucking assets we have, kill them.
Kill the developers and their families. There's no trace
whatsoever. Scorched earth, right? Just burn everything.
That shit does not exist anymore. I don't know. I think Watch Dogs is gonna be. I think it's gonna be overhyped. I think the fact that it was developed for the Wii U and all of these systems concurrently is gonna make it not be that great of an experience as everybody thinks it's gonna be. And I just think it's going to be too little, too late. This probably would have been a cool game if it would have been a launch title. But now that we're so far in, I think it's not going to be that great.
I have a feeling Watch Dogs is going to be one of those games that's going to really divide the community, because I think it's going to be like an Assassin's Creed. Like Joel said a bunch of times, because there are going to be some people that are going to absolutely love the shit out of that game, and I'm not going to want to be friends with them. But I think there's going to be a love-hate for that game, where some people are like, this is the most amazing thing ever, blah, 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 and then, it's like an Assassin's Creed. You're like, yeah, I guess it's a cool game, but I just think prettiness, it kind of blows. Like,
I think it's going to be a foundation builder for the IP that they want to expand on. That's what I think. I think the first game, foundation builder, it'll get better, just like Assassin's Creed has gotten better, right? Arguably, you can argue that. You can argue that it's gotten better, right?
You're a pirate now. You can fish. Cool.
Getting that booty.
Will there be sea shanties in Watch Dogs? Then I'll buy it. So
that's the system seller right there.
You can play music on your phone though.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm worried about the game because like we went to PAX. We're like, okay, we're a month out. Let's play the game. Here's the video. A video, and has there even been like a hands-on preview by anybody? It's like.
No, they haven't let anybody touch that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
That is like the holy grail of vagina. Nobody has touched it.
They showed way too much of it when they first announced it, and now all of a sudden they're like, whoa, wait a minute, this might suck. We gotta pull this back.
Yep, exactly. It was like they just kept showing a little more skin, and it was like, too much.
It's too much. I don't get that. So we'll see.
I don't know. That game, I think, is going to be a mess, man.
Ubisoft's like, oh, you're excited for Watch Dogs? Check out these really high-res shots of the Division.
That's what I feel like. I feel like Division is like what Watch Dogs. Division is like what Watch Dogs was like 2 years ago, basically.
They're like, here's Watch Dogs. Here's the Division. Check out the Division. Look at that.
Maybe that's the marketing strategy. We're gonna really push Watch Dogs so people really look forward to the Division.
There you go. Make one mediocre game to make the other one look really good. It's like having an ugly friend to make yourself look hot.
That's why you bring her to the party.
The after credit sequence of Watch Dogs is just a trailer for the Division. Just like
exactly.
Don't worry, guys.
We're sorry. But by buying this game, you got into the Division beta.
Exactly. It's like back in the day when you beat an NES game where it said the end, it just says, we're sorry, here's the real game. And then it shows you a trailer for Division.
I'm sure Watch Dogs will be fine.
Watch Dogs will have a great personality, all right? It's that type of girl.
But you're not bringing her home.
I mean, I'm probably going to play it.
You might buy her dinner, that's about it.
Yeah, you got to see where it goes, though. You got to see if it's a sure thing.
Yeah, it's like, I actually know what it is. Like, you see, you go on a dating site, you see the girl, she looks great, I'm going to go on a date with her. She comes in, honey, you don't look like your picture. What's going on here?
That's exactly Watch Dogs.
That's Watch Dogs. That's Watch Dogs for you.
Oh, God.
I think it's going to be a mess.
Watch Dogs is an OkCupid profile. You heard it here.
All right, that's pretty. Yeah, that's the big shit that happened.
I'm sorry if anyone from Ubisoft is watching. We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you. Ubisoft, we love you. We're all playing Child of Light. We love you guys. We just don't know about Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
I'm not as crazy as you. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna suck, but I don't know. All right, let's get into the shit we were playing this past week. Ryan, what have you been playing this week?
I actually played a lot last week. I finished Far Cry 3 finally after like a month with that game. So finally got through that and really liked it. What else did I play? Child of Light. I finally got into that and I played that pretty hard. So
See, Ubisoft, we like you.
yeah. Child of Light's been really good.
Who would have thought a bunch of Frenchmen would make the best JRPG of the year?
That's crazy.
I didn't think about it like that. You're right.
Yeah, it is crazy when you think about it. It's a small like JRPG from the makers of Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, like all these. But
What?
no, it was.
You think he's joking? Like, Ryan, stop fucking making shit up, right?
Yeah, that and that's it. Otherwise, I tried to play the new episode of The Walking Dead, but the Mac version's kind of borked right now. I can't download the new episode, so I'm waiting for an email. I'm waiting for an email from Telltale until I can play it again. And
There we go.
And then I also got Transistor on PC to review, so I'm gonna be playing that probably this week.
Nice.
Yep.
George, what about you, man?
Like I said, I got a PS4 last week, so I tried something different because I went up. I'm like to the guy, let's grab one of these fucking PS4s, see what's fun. He goes, oh man, what games you gonna get? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like,
Jorge has not slept in all these days just watching Playroom videos. That's all he's been doing.
I've been playing Playroom.
He's like, where's that Playroom game? I hear a lot about it. Where is that?
He's got a crystal trophy in that.
We were talking about it earlier. Playroom after 2 a.m. is just like amazing. It is the best and worst humanity has to offer, all in one place, which is amazing. It's the darkest corner of the internet that is just glorious and terrifying.
It's the new PlayStation Home with real people.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Multiplayer in Playroom is just threesomes and just like awkward, like.
It's like a step away from a threesome.
George, you should do marketing for Sony. Like, you want to sell systems? This is your system seller, the Playroom, after 2 a.m.
Well, yeah, they should
Playroom
advertise like on porn
After
sites.
dark.
They should advertise like on porn sites and just like on Showtime every once in a while. Like those infomercials like on MTV or something like 4 or 5 in the morning, just MTV3 or something. Just put, hey, look at the weird shit you can do in Playroom. Like, I'm ready. We're gonna do a DualShockers live show right on the Playroom one day. We'll just do it right there.
We're gonna be naked, aren't we?
Holy shit.
Hey,
You need your socks.
I'm just gonna have to blur out everyone's like profiles. The entire
It's live,
be a
good
big
luck.
blur.
I'm gonna be moving too fast.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it's not gonna be fun.
I have MLB The Show, which I had on PS3, but now I'm playing it again on PS4. It is really pretty. And I'm playing all of the free-to-play stuff, so Warframe, Blacklight Retribution, and some DC Universe Online. I mean, they're just high-res versions of those PC games, but they're really nice games. Warframe is a really pretty game. I don't know how to navigate anything in that game.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
The game makes no fucking sense, but it's beautiful.
It doesn't. I just kind of load into games with just a dude with like a sword, gun, and he's an alien or something. And I'm like,
Once you start killing things, you feel like you're in a fucking Asian triad movie. It's like it's crazy.
It's pretty weird, but it's still like a free-to-play game. So I know I'm wary of like not putting in any too much money into these games just because I'm gonna hit that wall at some point, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not gonna play this anymore. But I'll probably pick up from this maybe. Who knows? Who cares? What else am I playing? I don't know, some other bullshit. But yeah,
I want to ask you about
Super Time Force. Super Time Force.
Oh yeah, tell us about Super Time Force.
Oh, it is fantastic. It is the weirdest fucking game I've played all year. So basically, it's a side-scrolling shooter and platform thing. 8-bit pixel graphics. It's a time traveling game. So it's like a Mega Man game. You pick 8 different eras that you can go through. So you have to go to the prehistoric age and fight dinosaurs with a dinosaur on a skateboard, which is kind of weird.
That's awesome.
The cool thing is
and
the cool thing is every time you die, you actually replay that level with a different character, and you'll play alongside your ghost. So if your ghost comes through, shoots everything, kills everything again, you can actually rewind time with a different character, and that same ghost is going to run that same route, but the bullets are live. So he's going to be able to kill the same enemies, and then you can have up to 30 of these goddamn ghosts. So when you fight a boss, you have 30 seconds to complete certain areas. So you can't do it in one straight run. You have to kind of strategically go, I'm going to shoot this thing for 15 seconds. I'm going to rewind 10 seconds and pick the guy with the bazooka and shoot this weakness over here. And then before you know it, everything's shooting at once. And then this boss fight that really should only take 30 seconds is taking you around 10 minutes because you're trying to like strategically figure out which which rifle guy to use or which character works at which position shooting where, because you're always going to die. It's all a matter of just how many 30 retries, and so you have 30 attempts to just beat something, and it's really weird, and it's by Cappy Games, so it's just, I like it.
Listen, you had me at Dinosaur with Skateboard. Okay?
Yeah, me too. I was sold, bro. I was like, yup.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I want to ask you about MLB because is it any different? Is it just textures that's different, or is it the actual animations? It
is the same fucking game, just prettier. I have the fact sheet somewhere. It's like, hey, these, the PS3 version had 300,000 polygons. This one got 1.7 million. You're like, holy balls.
Oh my god.
And there's over 100 new anime. And there's over.
I want a soundbite of Tony just.
There's over 100 more there's just more animations in there. So you'll notice it's like, oh, he's gonna catch that ball differently, or different slides, or different collisions at home plate, or different ways they get a ground ball, which is all cool stuff. And it was already the best looking game on PS3. And
what is their beard sweat? That's the important question.
Oh, dude, let me tell you, these beards are insane. Because when I played the PS3 version, you can only get the beard up to like this far. The PS4 version, when you're making a character, it just releases like Santa Claus beard, boom, right there. It's just like,
I want to make Abraham Lincoln the first baseman for the Yankees.
It's so great because when you do Road to the Show, and it's all minor leagues. It's all just randomly generated characters, so you get like the most hideous, disfigured looking people because it's just some people with like collapsed foreheads and just big jaws, but they have amazing beards. And yeah, they'll have this weird mannequin motion to them because unless you get to the majors where they're actually modeled after the real players, where they have you can tell that the player actually stood there and he got mapped out. Everything else is just randomized character generated, so it's just like
everybody's a stick figure.
Both a stick figure, or everyone looks like they might be suffering from some sort of mental retardation. But they're really good at baseball.
That'll be the show now. We can chromosomes.
Yeah, and they also don't blink as much, so it's just a lot of like lifeless people looking at you, and I know there was a lot of that. So even when they celebrate, they don't want to like, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
High fives, but.
Okay, so you've resurrected Cobra Jimenez, right?
Yes, Cobra Jimenez is now the starting third baseman for the Baltimore Orioles.
I just asked about him because I want to talk about Cobra Jimenez. Al,
I took pictures. It's great.
Al, what have you been playing, man?
That share feature is really awesome on PS4, by the way.
Okay.
It is, actually. Let's see, I've been playing Warframe. That's a confusing game that's got me kind of addicted. Been playing all the free stuff on PS4. Just downloaded. There's something free that came out like yesterday. I downloaded it. I still haven't had a chance to play it. Playing the free stuff. Yeah, that's it. Sticking to the Man just came out. Haven't had a chance to play that yet, but been playing the free stuff on my PS Vita. So Thomas Was Alone. Was it the Survivor at Night or some shit?
Lone Survivor.
That's it. The Lone Survivor one.
That's cool.
So a lot of indie stuff. The Vita is actually pretty cool for me, just for free stuff. Like I'm just rotating through free games. I don't think I bought a game for my Vita yet. I played every single free game, and I've GameFlyed a couple of games, and I'm good.
That's like stealing
GameFly. Wow.
Yeah,
I like to kick it old school.
My Vita, the only games I bought on it were like Tearaway and Final Fantasy X were like the only new games I bought for it. Otherwise, it's been all like free stuff.
As long as you got a big enough memory card or you can rotate your shit out, you're good. Just keep rotating your games out, and you're fine. But yeah, I've been playing that. I haven't touched my PS3 in a while, so trying to debate if I should get back on that. I think there's some more free stuff that came out for that as well. So right now I'm debating picking up the show and eagerly waiting the UFC game that's coming out. I'm all about that, man. I'm all about playing as Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, baby. Yeah. All right, Joel. What about you, man?
No, I'm playing Battlefield. I started. I jumped back into it.
Yeah.
Do this. We're doing it.
So now, after playing Titanfall, jumping back into Battlefield, I feel like I'm in the fucking Matrix. Like seriously, because everything in Titanfall was just so damn fast. And you're there like.
But isn't it kind of weird? Isn't it kind of weird though? Like, don't you get the urge every once in a while, like, oh, I should just climb up this wall? No, I can't do that.
That's exactly what happened to me.
I was like,
oh shit, I'm getting shot at. I'm gonna fucking get out of here. Oh, I can't get out of here. I'm gonna get shot in my back. This hurts. This sucks. But it was nice to get like the game to slow down the tempo a little bit. And honestly, I was just playing that. and I have Child of Light in my cart, and I'm debating whether to proceed.
Yeah, because you don't like JRPGs so much, dude.
I do. But the thing is, go ahead.
I think it's a good because like I'm not a huge RPG person. Like I just have like it's just the amount of time that they take to play like always kind of turns me off from them. I think it's a good RPG for non-RPG people because it's very short. It's only like it's 10 hours, which for an RPG
really?
is nothing.
All right,
Yeah,
listen.
it's very very short.
I'll tell you what the deciding factor is. Ryan, do you have to read the game?
Yes.
Joel's not gonna get it.
Never
Joel's
mind.
not gonna get it.
Nope.
But it's not like typical like JRPG like bullshit. I feel like there's all the rhyming stuff that I think is really fun and clever. It's really funny too. I
Do
mean,
you like poems, Joel?
if you don't like.
I occasionally enjoy a good prose. So
If you don't like poetry, then
You
This
dabble
might
in
not
the
be for you.
landscape.
okay. I don't know. It's in my cart. It's like I want to check out so bad, but
it's good.
I might just do it. I might just do it.
Yeah, give it a shot, dude. You may like
especially
it.
especially for $15, it's worth it.
Well, that's why. Yeah. That's again.
Yeah.
It's a good. It sounds like a good deal, and it looks. All the great scores we gave it. Alyssa gave it almost a perfect score, so I'm excited about
She gave
it.
it a 10,
She gave it a 10.
Yeah.
She gave it a perfect, yeah.
She didn't give it
You don't
10
get more
plus.
perfect than 10.
No, the elusive 10 plus was missing.
She gave it a 10.1.
The 11 score.
Yeah, I would say that I would judge it based on Tony's gameplay habits, but I think he's just trying to platinum that shit, and I don't trust him.
Yeah,
No.
Tony tries to platinum everything. I would.
It's a true story.
Yo, that amazing Spider-Man. Oh, dude, let me tell you, I platinumed that in like 20 minutes.
platinum, bro.
I would say when Tony told me that he played Infamous like 3 times, I'm like, what? Like,
Get that platinum, son.
Okay, that game I platinum. I'm not gonna lie. That was
There you
one
go.
time.
It's that type of game, man. I'll stay away from games that I know are shit just so I don't have to get them. The platinum is like Amazing Spider-Man. Let me just stay away from it because if I play it, I'm gonna go crazy with it. We give that a 4, I think. Yeah, let's
Solid 4.
Yeah.
Solid 4.
Yeah.
solid.
Almost a 5. Almost.
That was pretty rough. What are you playing this week, Tony?
Yeah, only one game, Drakengard 3, because I got to review it. I'll have that review for you guys on Tuesday.
How crazy is that game, by the way?
I'm under embargo, so I don't know if I can say much.
Are there dragons?
There are dragons, there are women, and there are crude jokes. That's about all I can say.
Well, we saw a preview.
That
That was
previews.
Okay, you saw a preview. I could say this. It's not my type of game. Those hack and slash kind of JRPGs.
But the story was ridiculous. There was like one dude that's a masochist, one dude that's like a child rapist, another dude that's like... It was crazy. Like, the guy's explaining it to us with a straight face, and me and Joe are looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on right
what kind
now?
of weed do they smoke in Japan?
He's like, listen, yeah, this guy, he just likes to get punched in the face because it's Tuesday. But, yeah, it's cool. That's what he does. And the dragon...
I was liking the interaction between like the young boy and the main female character.
Yeah, like, it was getting kind of weird.
She was like, "Shut your mouth," and like he's like trying to help her.
Shut your face when I'm trying
Did
to...
that make it into the final game, or did they like cut that dialogue out?
It's all that. Everything you just said is in the game. Everything. I'm glad I had you guys on. You could talk about the game for me because I'm like under embargo. I don't want to say shit. Yeah.
You just can't give us something that sounds close to an opinion. We can say whatever we want. That already sounds fucking weird.
Blink twice if it's really fucking crazy.
Yeah, everything you guys said is 100%.
Just blink twice if it's really crazy.
That's a lot of blinks.
It sounds like it was made by people who had inappropriate relationships with their uncle. It's just like that's weird. Yeah, that's just
Scratch your chin if it's a 5 or under. Cough if it's...
He wants this so bad.
You can see me, right? I'm struggling over here. I'll talk about it next week.
Sneeze if it's an 8.
All right, we're done. Thank you guys.
Next week will be the DrakenCast.
Yeah, right? Oh, God. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening to the DualShockers ShockCast. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco. Tonight, I was joined by Al Zamora, Joel Tavares.
Save those pennies. Get ready for the Xbox One.
Ryan Meitzer.
Xbox for life. Woo!
And Ryan is now $3.99 in case you didn't see that.
Yeah.
And George Jimenez.
long live Cobra Jimenez.
All right, guys. We'll see you all next week. Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye. Bye.